Good morning and welcome to the twisted food of love addiction, Untwisted. I'm Echo Pelster and I help people overcome elusive, compulsive behaviors that manifest as a result of hurts, habits, and hangups that are keeping them paralyzed from moving forward in life. If that describes you, you're in the right place. If you're ready to gain emotional mastery, overcome grief, live a life of peace and abundance with spiritual wisdom and freedom on your terms with your values, you're in the right place. And this morning, I want to say, welcome. If you're in the evening, welcome. Untwisted is a plan to meet your spiritual and emotional needs so you can meet the needs at the core of your being and make the truly rational decisions that will allow you to release your physical weight that is at the core of your emotional baggage that you carry. Radical change begins with the spirit within. There is no solution outside that will help until the inside is right. When we come from a place of willingness and surrender, we come from a place where we are willing to do anything we can to keep the weight off, stop drinking, stop angry actions, stop reacting to everything. When we come from a place of willfulness, we build a wall of weight around us with sturdy bricks, and they have big, ugly names. For me, they were pounds and pounds of fat on my body, but they also had some other names that was in my life that I had to remove. Stubborn, hateful, negative, hurtful, angry. All of those had to go before I could release the pounds of pain that I carried. Some of us have tried every diet. Some of us are watching this right now with 1, 2, or more gastric bypass procedures. And yet, maybe you still are not willing to make the changes that you need to make. I encourage you to look for willingness to change. I believe you have willingness because you're here listening to this right now. I remember when I was going to be happy when I was size X or I was weight X on the scale. So my happiness was dependent on my size and my number. But I realized today, just as Frederick Koenig said back in 1774, we forget that happiness does not come as a result of getting something we don't have, but rather recognizing and appreciating what we do have. I want to help you learn to love yourself right where you're at so you can release your pounds of pain. Me personally, I ate unconsciously due to grief in my life. I lost 4 siblings and my entire family over a period of just a very few years. Some of them were actually dead, gone from this earth forever. And some of them were actually estranged due to those deaths and the things that happened around me at that time. And I didn't know how to deal with any of that. But I do know that I was angry. And I was angry at God. God is my universal name for whatever you choose to call your higher power. I just choose to call it God. It keeps it universal. Everybody pretty much understands that and has their own understanding of what that is. And I help people come to terms with their spiritual plane, whatever it is. Each week we offer action plans with lots of questions. Be sure to download your action plan when you upload your email address so we can stay in contact with you. How have you disconnected from source in your life? What I look back and realize now is when I disconnected from source, I also disconnected from myself. Willingness leaves us with an open mind, willing to learn. When you think about spiritual programs, what do you think of? Do you imagine a fire and brimstone fundamentalist throwing a mean, angry God down your throat? That's what I thought of, but that's not what this program is about. My goal is to help you be practical, helpful, insightful, and spiritually alert. I want you to be successful and help you lose weight without feeling guilt, pressure, shame, or condemnation. The weight loss journey isn't easy, but it is possible to lose weight and keep it off for your lifetime. I figured up that I had lost something like 770 pounds on the books. I had my first gastric bypass in 1984. I lost 60 pounds. The next year, I gained that 60 pounds back. Plus, over the next 17 years, I gained and lost until I was settled at a weight of 357.8 pounds. I went on this diet to lose 25 pounds, only to gain back 50. I went on another diet to lose 10 pounds, only to gain back 15. And over all those years, as I tracked that progress, I realized that I was only fooling myself with all these outside remedies. I want to help you understand how you can be authentically spiritual while examining the counterfeit things that keep us searching outside ourselves. Remember those diets I just talked about? Those were all counterfeit things. It is about connecting the whole you, your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotions. You're about to discover meaningful connections with others, with yourself. Find support and common ground in a community that will allow you to be you and accept you and your values right where you are. Know that surrender can be a daily battle for some, but I discovered when I said something as simple as, I can't, God can, I'm going to let him, he did. Or maybe she did, if you believe it, it's a girl. Maybe it's just genderless. We don't know that answer. But I do know that I gave up control only to find control. And I want to help you do the same. But we've got to crawl through some mud to get there sometimes. And that's what this program is about. I realized later that I spent years and years in church only to feel empty and lost. I realized the disconnected self just wasn't connected. But once I was connected, then I wanted to go to church again. See, God did not change. I did. And giving up control mattered. So if you're ready for a new future, ready to rid your life of negative thoughts and renew your thoughts, you're ready to be in this program. If you're ready to take responsibility for your life and quit being a victim, you're ready to be in this program. If you're ready to live a life without fear because you have faced your emotions head on, you're ready to be in this program. If you're ready to make new healthy connections with others and view old relationships differently, you're ready to be in this program. If you're ready to learn how to persevere and never go back to that ugly place that you are at right now, then you're ready for this program. If you're ready to respect yourself with healthy eating, you're ready for this program, because healthy eating is a form of self-respect. If you are ready to be completely honest, brutally honest with yourself and others, You are ready for this program. What do you have to lose? All of those things that already didn't work, all of those sentences that you've given yourself over time that say, have you ever found yourself saying, all I have to do to lose weight is? Well, that's a common lie. That's a common lie, but the truth will set you free. I promise. The food industry advertises in big cups and big gobs of food on a constant basis. And then the fashion industry gives us the size 2 image in every picture in every fashion magazine. And as a result, we develop emotionally unreal expectations of ourselves, never seeing our body shape, who we're supposed to be, and what we're supposed to look like. Wow, that was an eye opener for me. But what if you could develop that? And what if you could be content, healthy, happy, joyous, and free in doing so? Would that be a reason to be all in this program here and now? Huge question mark. What if food wasn't your enemy or your lover, just a form of nourishment? How would that feel to you? What if you no longer had to feel anxiety and give in to that anxious fear that sends you to a package of cookies or a cupboard of food or a tub of ice cream? And then what if you never had to have the guilt that came behind that ever again? What if you could truly have the power of choice? Would that be worth it for you? We are living proof that we cannot carry out a simple commandment on our own because we're here right now. You must be willing to discover what is driving the hunger and want healing more than you want food. I was afraid to find out why I had this huge need to feed. But now I realize that that huge need to feed was a huge blessing. And I am so grateful because, see, my story was important. It was a part of what was going to bring me here to help you. Your story is just as important. And maybe as a result of this program, you're going to help someone else. That's my hope. I had to accept that I couldn't keep secrets. And what I had to realize was I really didn't have any secrets anyway. Every package of food that I ate in private hung on my body. It wasn't a secret. The whole world could see it. I had to confess and come out of hiding. I had to find people I could trust and realize that God sometimes talks to me through other people. And I had to be willing to hear and use their feedback to my advantage. Remember, I said feedback, not criticism. Now we can become active participants with our higher power through the surrender. And we can become active participants with other people to be happy, joyous, and free, and once and for all complete. We do not become passive or resigned because we make this choice. We become in motion with the great spirit that created us, that gave us breath. We listen and intuitively know what is right for us in our personal DNA. We forgive our own failures and we forgive others. We make a choice for transformation and we use it for the glory of all good. You have a story to tell, just like I have a story to tell. When we give ourselves over and become weak, we become strong. That's in the next lesson. I think it'll help you immensely. I hope you'll be there. We have to make an admission somewhere around the road that we're traveling that we don't know what to do. Are you ready to learn what to do? Years of trying different diets and ideas have not taken us where we wanted to go. It has not brought us weight loss. It might have brought us weight loss that was temporary, and we felt the glory for a little while, like I did on that second gastric bypass when I lost 203 pounds, only to end up hiding out when I gained back 114 pounds. I didn't seek out another gastric procedure. I seeked out another way to handle what was happening inside me. And I found it, and I'm blessed to be able to share it with you. I realized today that everything that I went through was for a purpose, and I have a life purpose. Everything that you've gone through up to now, you have gone through for a purpose. In the process of forgiving others, I had to realize on no given day did my parents wake up with the intention of causing me pain. But how I perceived that pain and what happened, I became everything I thought they wanted me to be. And a part of that, because of the messages I received, I believed I was expected to weigh something like 400 pounds. Maybe you have had the message of generational obesity in your life. That's not a truth either. And we're going to unravel all of that in Untwisted. Again, I'm Echo Pelster. I help people overcome elusive compulsive behaviors that manifest as a result of hurts, habits, and hangups that are keeping you paralyzed from moving forward in your life. If you're ready to gain emotional mastery, overcome grief, live a life of peace and abundance with spiritual wisdom and freedom on your terms with your values, you're in the right place. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.